Hi, I'm Derek, business systems coach for contractors. So you want to sell your company or know how to get top dollar if you do decide to sell it in the future. You're in the right place. I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 different areas of how to know how to sell your business for the most money, as well as make it even more valuable moving forward. Plus a special bonus at the end. So stick around to the end. Let's go. Okay, so before we get started, give this video a big thumbs up, click the button, subscribe to the channel. Best way to grow your contracting business, subscribe to the channel. So much wealth of information for you to grow your business. And like I said, I'll be talking about 3 different areas. So we're talking about business brokers, minimum requirements for selling a business, as well as ways to increase the sellability of your construction business, and a special bonus at the end, some additional consideration that you need to know if you do decide to sell your business or when you do sell your business. So super important to have like an exit strategy, whether that's, selling it or passing it on to a family member or colleague or whatever. Having this stuff in place, even if you're not planning on selling now or even selling in the future, this is so important because you're creating an asset, you're creating value by following these steps that I'm going to be helping you with today. So first thing, this is not legal advice, it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you to sell your business or not sell your business. These are just things that you need to be thinking about or ways that you can improve the value of your business. So first thing to do though, if you are considering this, is talk with a trusted business broker. Generally, there's going to be a few or more than a few in most cities. Talk with one that specifically knows contracting, construction business, home services business. Talk with one that knows that industry. Get a valuation. Ask them, what do you think I can sell my business for? Generally, it's going to be a multiplier. It could be a multiplier of profit, multiplier of revenue. There's different, characteristics or criteria as far as like what the multiplier is going to be. And if you don't really have any systems and everything relies on you and you're just kind of a general kind of business, your multiplier is going to be very low. If you've got a company that's running and humming, you've been in business for many years, you've got a lot of brand awareness, you've got systems and processes and managers, then your multiplier is going to be a lot higher. You're going to be able to sell your company for a lot more. And when you do talk with a business broker, ask them, how do I improve, right? It's not, you don't want to just know your multiplier, but say like, where can I improve on my business? And they'll give you specific advice from other businesses that they sold, like, hey, your business is maybe lacking this, or if you really want to improve, your multiplier for how much you can sell your business, this is an area that you should be looking at, or what have you. So seek professional advice and listen to that advice in order to get the most. All right, still with me here. Second one we're going to move on to is minimum requirements. So just because you have a business, and even if you're doing $1 million in sales, if you don't have these minimum requirements in place, you're not going to be able to sell your business very much. And the only person probably interested in possibly buying your business might be your competition, just to get your clients or your client base. They're not really interested in your business or continuing your business. So these minimum requirements is what you need in place in order to just be able to sell your business in the first place. First thing is systems and a standard operating procedure infrastructure. So SOP infrastructure. There should be systems for all the different functions of your business. There should be things in place that are explaining everything from how to manage sales and marketing, how to manage clients, how to manage employees, how to hire employees, training programs. So the more standard operating procedures and systems, whether that's just documented processes or software that's in place and being utilized, the better your chances are and the more sellability you'll be able to have. Management team is another one. So if you are the only manager in your business, you're going to have a really hard time selling your business. Nobody wants to buy a job, right? If you're working like 40, 60 hours a week, who wants to buy that company to have to work 40 or 60 hours a week? Maybe you'll get lucky, or someone will give you like really, minor money of just whatever kind of like, you're not going to get a multiplier, essentially what I'm saying. They may buy your company and they'll pay for, the tools and supplies and equipment that you have, probably not even at market value because it's a bulk deal. But if you have a management team, you have a sales manager, a salesperson, you have a production manager who's handling your on-site production, you've got some office admin, you've got a financial manager who's doing your bookkeeping and checking on financials and working that side of the system, and you're able to kind of, step back a little bit and you don't have to work your ass off all the time. Well, now you've got a business that someone might be interested in buying, because they could say like, hey, if I spend, $500,000 or $1 million or whatever to buy this business, I only have to work maybe, 5-10 hours a week to keep it on track, and it'll generate profit and revenue for me. So does that make sense? Again, if you have any questions or want more details, drop a comment. I read the comments, I will respond to you, and I'll help you out. Third part of the minimum requirements is consistent and profitable. So if your revenue is all over the place, your profits are all all over the place, your sellability is going to be really difficult of a sale to be like, hey, you want to buy my company? Well, I don't know. You lost money like 3 months in a row here. You made a bit of money like, last year, but things are just like up and down. I have no idea if I buy this company, what I'm getting. Am I going to lose money? Am I going to make money? Or am I going to make a little bit of money or a lot of money? So you want to have some sort of track record and keep it consistent and profitable. And there's ways to, like, as a small business owner, we're often like expensing everything, right? We want to expense everything so that our taxes, so that we pay less in taxes, very common. But again, talk with a business broker about this, but you may want to start, thinking twice about how you're operating your business and, pulling profits out of it in order to be able to show consistent profitability, consistent revenue over time in order to get the best price for your sale. And you also want to make sure your financials are really clean, right? And nobody's going to want to buy a business that where like the bookkeeping's behind and they don't really know, where money's going or coming from. There's no real tracking methods and stuff like that. So you're going to have your financials, really clean and up to snuff. Minimal dependency on the owner. So we talked about this before. There should be minimal dependency on you in order to sell your business. You should have managers in place. You should have a system in place. Not that you can take like, just fully step back. I mean, that's awesome if you can, but the business should be able to at least function at the level that it's at without your constant attention. Minimal effort from you. It may not, grow and increase and you probably need a business development driver, CEO, which generally is yourself in order to grow, but whatever level you're operating at, it should be able to maintain itself for someone to want to be able to buy it. So yeah, those are the minimum requirements to get into place in order to sell your business. Moving on to number 3, take a little break here. Again, drop a comment if you got any questions. Selling your business is huge, right? That's kind of the dream that a lot of business owners have, is either having a business that fully operates without you. Again, even if you're not planning on selling your business, just getting your business in this place and starting to think about systems and value and the assets of like what a company is and how it operates, without your constant attention, super valuable for yourself. And you may get to the point where you've done all of this work and you realize like, this is actually pretty awesome. Like I have a business that's providing profit and revenue. I don't really have to, spend a ton of time every week in it. I don't really want to sell right now. I'll just continue to operate it and maybe hire like a general manager or someone to overlook it and you keep your business. But you know that if you ever wanted to sell it, if something did happen or go sideways or, you had health concerns or something, emergency comes up where you can't have the business anymore, at least you can sell it for, quickly at a high dollar value. All right, makes sense. Moving on to number 3. Again, third one here, fourth one is the bonus coming up soon. Increase sellability. So what do you need to do in order to increase the dollar value of sellability? Like I said before, systems, super important to increase the sellability. Different systems are the employee system, client system, financial, marketing, and sales. So those are the big ones to get systematized, to have managers in place. Another thing for sellability is strategic growth plan. So again, it's one thing, like we said, you're operating kind of without you, and you should have some sort of documentation or plan in place of how this company can grow. If you can tell someone like, hey, you know what, like this is a really awesome business operating without you. I have this strategic plan of like the people and the processes. These are areas where the company can still improve, and you have this growth potential because this, maybe your market share is small in this area, lots of room for growth. You can sell the future growth as like a benefit of your company and increase the sellability. Does that make sense? Where essentially you're showing them like, you follow this A, B, C, D, E, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. This could be, it's a $2 million company now. You could be at $10 million with, if you put in the work and really expand on the systems and processes that we already have in place. Key long-term personnel is another key one for sellability. If you have a lot of turnover employees, probably going to be a little more difficult to sell the business. If you've got project managers or a general manager, key salesperson that's been killing it for you for like the last 4, 5, 6 years, well, that's going to be a big value of your business. If you have generally all new personnel or you have a lot of high turnover, it's not going to be as easy to sell because it just shows that it's not a repeatable system. You don't really have a great process in place for keeping key personnel or hiring the right people to fit and have that team coherence. And then the final thing to increase the sellability is a competitive differentiation and branding. So if you have a strong brand, trusted brand, been around for a while, people recognize you, that's going to be valuable, as well as a differentiator. If you have some, key differentiator, you're known for something in your industry or you service a specific niche, the value of your company is going to be that much bigger because it shows that you have a strategic advantage over your competition and you don't have very much competition because you've differentiated yourself in the marketplace, whether that's, geographically or, by the services you provide or maybe just the level of projects that you do. So lots that can go into that. But if you get those 4 things right, your value of your company is just going to rise and rise. So now for the bonus, another thing to take into consideration and maybe something you've not thought about is what are you going to do after you sell your business, right? And you may laugh like, well, I know I'm gonna have whatever, sip pina coladas on the beach and travel and do all this fun stuff. Yeah, that's cool. But if you've been busting your ass and living the entrepreneurial dream and going through the ups and downs, and it's exciting, there's risk, there's this, you've got people constantly needing you and attention, and you're going a mile a minute and getting things done and making big sales, and very goal and task oriented, like someone like myself is too. You love hitting that next level and growing as a person and leader, and now all of a sudden you sell your business and it's like crickets. It's like, what am I going to do now? It's something to figure out and to get used to. So a great way to do this is take some breaks. Take a month off if you can. Take 2 months off. Go travel or start a hobby or do those things that you want to. If you want to go scuba diving or want to drive your dirt bike across the Sahara Desert or whatever your wild dreams are, or just even taking time to just be with your kids or your family or what have you. Try to figure out what you're going to do after, so when you make that transition, it's clean. One thing I would suggest big time is giving back, as far as like join a nonprofit organization. Maybe you're building houses, maybe you're managing projects for Habitat for Humanity or something like that. There's lots of different ways where you can still fulfill your time and still be kind of a manager or leader, but in an organization or part-time or something outside of the business world. So follow those things. Congratulations on like thinking about this stuff and getting to sell your business. If you want help with systematizing your business, increasing the value, getting some of these SOPs in place, getting some of this awesome stuff, check out the description below. There's a link to a course, free course, how to build a business that works without you. Awesome course full of resources, how to start building out systems, how to start thinking about SOPs, roadblocks to implementation. So all this stuff that's going to increase the value of your business, help you become more sellable as a business owner. Check it out. Also check out the other videos that I've got. Lots of other videos here on YouTube. Go check them out. See you on the next one.